Everyone here, if we just took a look around, I would say, how many of you work side by side with your sibling for almost 30 years and like it? And the short is, why do I like it? It's pretty simple. I've been around Jim forever. We just like spending time together. He's my best friend. There's no second place. Many of you think that Jim is a very serious trial lawyer, which he is, but he's also really funny. And he actually thinks I'm funny too. So not everyone does. And we do spend a lot of time laughing, which is important. And people always ask me, it's like, how do you work with your brother? Do you fight with him? And I said, we did. We fought so much. We broke every door in our house. My parents are here, they'll tell you. We broke every wall. We had fist fights, concussions, all that stuff. And then it ended. And we don't fight anymore. We get along and everything goes pretty well. Obviously, I've known Jim for a long time, and many of you know that he's a fierce competitor. You may not know it, but he is, and he's always been that way. Back in high school, since we were good friends, we had a lot of the same friends. And what I remember is one night it was late, and we were in high school, and there may have been drinking involved, maybe not, but there was a ping pong table involved. And there was a lot of, I would say, banter going on at the ping pong table. And one of Jim's friends was aggressively saying how good he was at ping pong. Jim, the ultimate competitor, said, "I'll take you on with my shoe," okay? Jim took his shoe off and he beat him without the paddle. And it showed, when he wants to do something, he does it. Me and Jim went to the same college, same law school, Fairfield, St. John's, and when it came time for us to do something together, he was first. He actually was first, and he was handling real estate transactions, if you can imagine. And I got involved with him, and at that point we started trying cases. My dad had a little place in Greenwood Lake, New York, and he said, "Here you go, I have a little office, you can go there and work." And it was me and Jim. We had no clients, we didn't have anything. And one of Jim's clients, probably, and I would say in the whole course of our career, was probably client number 4, came into the office. Jim had done his real estate closing, and he didn't screw it up. He was happy about that, but he had an operation, and it went bad. And he was trying to get a lawyer to help him with it. And he came in to see Jim because he knew Jim, and he said, to us, "Do we know anybody?" And we're like, we're in over our heads. We were young. I mean, I'm going to say this is 1994, and we didn't know anybody. We made some calls. We tried to see if we could place the case with a big firm who knew what they were doing, and no one would take it. Jim turns to me, he said, "Why don't we take it?" I said, "Jim, you've never even tried a case. How are you going to do this?" And you know what he said? He goes, "We're lawyers. We'll figure it out." Well, these cases take a long time, and this one took probably 6 years or so to come up for a trial. And it came up for trial. We had an expert, and in the 6 years, the expert, when we hired him, he was probably 78 years old. Okay? When we got to the trial, he was 82 and senile. And Jim is saying, "What did you do to me?" The judge, this was in Bergen County, told Jim, "What are you doing here? You're in over your head. We've had 30 defense verdicts in a row here. The other lawyer has never lost. Why are you here? Your expert just went down the tubes." Jim didn't give up. You know what he did? He went out. We went out. We got in somehow, because this is before the internet. We found a medical library in one of the hospitals. We got a book out, and Jim proceeded to cross-examine the defense witnesses with a book. And when the judge told him he couldn't do that, he told the judge, "I can formulate the questions the way I want." And he kept going. The judge yelled at him. He closed the book, and it made the sound of a thud. Well, what I can tell you is he won the case against all the odds, and the client, after that, he was so impressed with my little brother. The client went to law school afterwards, and he said, "I want to do this. This is what I want to do." And after he finished law school, he worked for us until he retired. That's the beginning. Since then, Jim has been in, I think he's tried a case in just about every county in New Jersey, except for maybe 2. And I think in those 2, no one wants to go there anyway. Jim has tried cases in the 5 boroughs, Long Island, upstate New York, as far up as Sullivan County, all over the place. And he's had, I think he's had 2 jury verdicts where he took the verdict on 2 of the kids that are here birthdays. So he's out there. I know we're not known as the trial lawyers anymore, but you're getting a trial lawyer. And if you think that that's in the past, you'd be mistaken. Jim, what were you doing today?
Cross-examining a neurologist.
All right, so he's in court today on a trial on a complicated case in Manhattan. So he's still doing it. He's still at it. With that, I'd like to say you get him for 1 year, and that's it. I'm proud to introduce my little brother, Jimmy Lynch, as the next president of the New Jersey Association for Justice.